before we wrap up the show here, it is Curveball of the Week time, and I have it here. And this one came to me a couple of weeks back. So we all have jobs outside of being podcasters. Maybe someday. Someday we won't be that. This will only be our full time. This will be our full time job. But I want to know at your guys' your day jobs, what is a work inside joke, dad joke that you tell that only the people you work with know?
Well, there's kind of for me, there's like it's kind of essentially me and Derek. We jokingly will call other people their wrong name, but the name we call them starts with the same first letter as your current name.
Okay.
So it'll be one of those where like, instead of Grant, I'm Graham. Like Graham Cracker. Derek is
Gary
DeAndre.
with a G.
Gary with a G. Derek is DeAndre. So like Ethan would be Eli.
Eli, okay.
And then for some, for just right now, you would be Derek Dillon. So it all kind of started like a couple of years ago. He was told one of his coworkers, no, actually, because the guy he was talking to, his name was Vasal. He goes, Vasal, you've been calling Grant the wrong name the whole time. His name is actually Graham. My boss, he's not Dave. His name is Doug. Another one I call coworkers, his name was Bobby, but no, his actual name is Bradley. So then this Vasal guy felt so bad that he was calling us the wrong names. He came up and apologized to us. And then we were like, oh, no, it's an absolute joke. My name actually is Grant. So then
you confused the shit out of him, I bet.
Yeah, well, we confused the absolute hell out of him. And so then we just kind of went around and started giving everyone else these nicknames. And we would unsolicited, like we would have conversations in like a computer room in an office, and we'd be talking to each other, and he'd be calling me Graham, and I'd be calling him DeAndre. And everyone else is like, what is going on? And then, God, I just unsolicited, I think one girl, her name was Randy. I said, well, Renee, it's okay. You wouldn't understand. And she go, whoa, how am I Renee? And then that's just kind of our joke where it's like you walk around and you're like, his name takes us Grant, but why are they calling each other Graham? Like, what? This doesn't make any sense here.
Getting people all confused. I love it.
We'll have full-on conversations with only using people's nicknames. And people are like, what are these two idiots talking about?
That is good.
Mm-hmm. So, Eli, what's your answer?
We have this team member. I guess he's a team lead at our store. But like, no one likes him. Like, just straight up, we don't like him. So, whenever you're talking shit about somebody, you more than likely think it's Robert. But one time, he came up to us and goes, "What did he have? He had corn dogs, fried chicken, and a chicken sandwich, all from the deli." And I'm like, "Man, that's a lot of food, man." And he goes, "Yeah, well, when you're built like a linebacker, you got to eat a lot of food." me and Kim, she's my HR expert, looked at each other. I could see her looking out of my eye like, "Oh God, what's this kid gonna say?" Because he's like my height, but just fat. Like, he's not built. He does not look out. Like, he's just funny. A chunk. And so when he said that, Kim just goes, what did she say? She goes, and I'm a Victoria's Secret model, like. And so every time we see him, he's like, oh, hey, there's the linebacker here. And she just cries laughing every time. So, yeah, that's that.
That's really good.
That is good. So mine is I spend a lot of time in coolers, filling, ordering, doing whatever. So one of my favorite jokes I like to tell the manager if somebody is in there with me is like, man, you guys got to fix your heater in here.
Okay. Yep. There's the dad joke in it right there. Yep. It's so bad it's good. It's so bad, it's
Yep.
good.
Yep, I actually got that one from Carrie. He started that one, so now I'm like, I have to roll with that one. And the other one that it's kind of funny is my boss and I, we have this dynamic with each other at work where it's somewhere in between, like 50% of the time we're talking like we're a father and son, and then the other 50% of the time we are talking like we are husband and wife and arguing and being dramatic about stuff.
Sounds like a healthy
Like,
work relationship.
yeah, oh my gosh, you never listened to me. I told you about this. No, you did not. Yes, I did. And it goes back and forth. And then usually he volunteers to make me supper and other things that we won't get into here on the podcast.
Relations.
But also, he's also referred to me as a walking HR violation, which I'm in my new role. I'm
For
kind
someone
of
in HR,
technically,
yes, you are. Yes.
which is funny because I technically am an HR guy now, or I do HR stuff. So,
Well, what's funny is guys, people in HR are the biggest HR violations out there.
Hey.
because they exist.
Ethan,
you say it behind their back and nobody knows.
God, you are from the Midwest.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if I know Ethan, he's on the job. He's telling people about, hey, this is the culture we need to have here. You know, be nice to people. This, and that. And then he'll be the one making jokes about someone being a fat ass and this and that. And it's like, yep, this guy should not be working in HR. But that's every HR department.
It's very true.
Even
there's that people, or there are such straight arrow, straight laced, by the book HR people that they're so anal, it's unbelievable to deal with. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way, because yes, you sit at a cushy office and look at your computer all day. You're not actually out on the floor dealing with the idiots. You don't know what we have to deal with. So yes, sometimes I say a few things that I shouldn't. Do I say that they're so bad? No. When they do something good, if they do something good, I make sure they know about it. But that if I say something, call somebody a mean name, that's just my way of showing I like you.
Correct. If I'm not busting your chops, then I don't like you.
Exactly. That's why we get along so well. Is we're all, this is been about an hour and 15 minutes of just straight ball busting here. So I think that wraps the show up. Do you guys got anything else? Do you guys got any other inside work jokes that you have that you can tell?
Don't.
No?
Nothing.
Nothing that's appropriate.
Nothing that's appropriate. Okay. Well, we'll stop recording and then we will you can tell us then, Grant. How about that?
That's fair.
All right. Well, that wraps up whatever episode this is of the Three Guys Talking Ball podcast. We'll have the segments of the show out on Friday. You can check us out on all of our socials, 3GTB Podcast or Three Guys Talking Ball podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Like, rate, review on iTunes, and we may or may not read it here on the show if we see it. So thank you guys again for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.